We are 3 weeks deep into the FEG Xfinity Series from Sim 500, and tonight it is round number 4 as we contribute contribute's not the word I'm looking for. This is what happens when you lack the English vocabulary. Yes, it always took me 10 seconds to pick on myself. The final race of round number 3 of the West Coast. It is race 4 tonight of the Sim 500 Xfinity Series this season, presented by the Ford Entertainment Group, as we welcome you into Phoenix, Arizona, the town of Avondale. It is round number 4, 130 laps, getting ready to go on this 1 mile track, actually a little over. As a matter of fact, it is 1.017 miles around this Phoenix Raceway. Of course, been flipped as of a couple of years ago. Where the dog leg is, pretty much where the green, where the start-finish line is. We'll see the green and checkered get waved. See the mountains there in the background. A beautiful setting for a great race here tonight for round number 4 of this Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series. So after 3 rounds, let's take a look at the points. It is the Daniel Falkingham show again. After another win, his second straight, he leads the points right now by 10. Over Chad Coleman. Anthony Calantoni continues his great start to a season. He has third in points. Pedro Mojica and Tommy Ryan right now, your top 5 in points. There's your Daytona winner, E.J. O'Rourke, Josh Adams, Chuck Sweeting, Mike Kelly, Eric Arnold, your top 10 in the points. Now, if you haven't been here the first 3 weeks, then obviously you don't remember the news exactly. And that, of course, is that the Ford Entertainment Group is giving away a Fanatic CSL direct drive wheel, basically to the person who completes the most laps during the season. Basically an awesome wheel, and somebody's going to win that prize at the end of the season. So where do we sit after 3 races? Well, we got about 7 drivers right now that sit with the max amount of laps ran in the season. If you look at Falkingham, Coleman, Calantoni, Adams, Sweeting, Arnold, and Key, those was that 7 drivers there have run all 306 laps so far allowed this season. If you look right below them, that's where you'll see Tommy Ryan, Doy Woods, Jeff Ryan, Charles Woods. Those guys there have run just 1 less lap, so we'll keep track of that throughout the season. But a winner from the Ford Entertainment Group will get a wheel, a pretty good wheel at that, a CSL direct drive Fanatic wheel. So looking forward to giving that away at the end of this season. Otherwise, it has been a fantastic start. Of course, Daytona was a wild one. E.J. O'Rourke coming out with the win there. And then last week in Las Vegas, Daniel Falkingham pretty much dominating the race and winning what turned out to be a caution-free Las Vegas race, a very entertaining one there also. So tonight, can they keep the momentum going here in Phoenix? Well, right now qualifying is underway, and right now we've got an upset at the pole in Eric Arnold, who is across the line there, P1. Let's jump down on track and take a look at some of qualifying right now going on. And there is your two-time winner on the season, Mr. Daniel Falkingham. See if he can make it 3 in a row here this evening. Here's where we sit right now. 38 cars will make it, and then there will be a last chance qualifier for 39 through 43. And as I look, we're right close to the number of 38 as Falkingham was P3 right now with a 27.51. It's a good lap. As Eric Arnold up there with a 46, Leah with a 47, O'Rourke a 58, Tommy Ryan a 59, and hey, Daniel's pulling the plug on that lap, so right now so good. For the 31, here's Jimmy Coleman. Let's actually put a little qualifying thing up here on the screen. Anybody that's in purple, that means they're on for a pole lap right now. Anybody in the green, they're improving their qualifying lap. Anybody in yellow, not so much. Across the line, Jimmy Coleman going to be 12th. Randy Oakham fitting in 17th right now. And the only two cars who have not qualified so far, Pedro Mojica and John Mustian Jr. Pedro ran about 9/10 of a lap and then did not finish the lap. So we'll see where that puts him. He might end up being the 38th and final qualifier on time, which would leave John Mustian Jr. as the only driver that would go out here and run the heat race when it's all said and done. And as a matter of fact, they have just hit the 5-minute mark. Qualifying is officially over. So John Mustian will get a pretty much bonus 9 laps to go out here and just run some practice laps. So congratulations to our winner, or our pole sitter tonight, Eric Arnold in the 31. Let's take some time and let's go down and talk to him. That is if, of course, he is in the Discord to talk to. And I do not see Eric Arnold, so I cannot speak with him. Let's do this. As I improvise on the air here. There you go. There's your top 3 right now. Let's talk to the points leader. Why don't we do that? He's always here and available to talk. Let's talk with Daniel Falkingham, the two-time winner so far this season. Let's bring him up here. Daniel, of course, we'll watch John Mustian run 9 practice laps here. But you're the points leader right now going into round number 4. What's going to happen tonight for you to make it 3 in a row?
Hopefully to stay out of trouble, because Phoenix is known for a lot of caution fest races, but Phoenix is one of my favorite tracks. I feel like it's one of my best, and we got to get starting position. I wasn't quite happy with my lap, but I'm all right with it because I came in here really late, so I didn't get a lot of practice time. So I'll take that lap for sure, and hopefully we can carry this into the race where hopefully I kind of know what lines I need to run. Just keep the tires on it, and we'll see what happens at the end of 130 laps.
So what changes have you felt, of course, with the track flipping? I know it's really not much of a difference, but obviously restarts and starts, I think, have been the biggest difference with this swap of sides, if you will, at this track. Are you sensing the same thing?
Yeah, for sure. Restarts are going to be wild, especially this initial start when we're on the green flag, and, of course, the restarts. But thankfully, there is a restart rule in place where we have to go in the restart zone, so we'll have no issues with anybody going on, like, the backstretch or something. Yeah. But, yeah, and also I think the lanes have changed around too. I feel like there's a lot of extra grip in turns 1 and 2 on the outside and stuff, but we'll see what happens when we get into the actual race. Definitely going to be able to run different lines, so I think it's going to be a really good race. And I don't know how this thing is going to feel in the long run, so that's going to be interesting to note for myself. So, but hopefully we can get the lead early and we can hold it.
There you go. Well, go get him out there tonight starting P3, and we'll see if you can make it 3 in a row.
I appreciate it, Chris. We're going to try our best.
Yes, sir. Be safe. Daniel Falkingham out there in the 39 car. Going to start P3 this evening. talk to our guy who's going to start second tonight. Why don't we do that? Let's bring Donnie Lee up here and join us. Donnie, got a copy, bud?
Hey, yeah.
Hey, Donnie. Starting second tonight. Good qualifying lap. Just fell short of the pole, but Phoenix, obviously a very tricky track here to get around. What do you feel like is going to be the key to win this thing?
Just staying out of trouble, being there at the end. This track is definitely not one of my personal favorites, but flat tracks like here in Iowa, challenging, and so I'm happy to qualify second. I'm more than happy to I'll take that, and stay out, being up front, just try to stay out of trouble and be there at the end. That's gonna be the difference, I guess, if you can do that.
You feel like it'll be a disadvantage for you starting on the outside, going into the dog leg here on the start?
No, I don't think so. Everything will shake out, and so many different things can happen or do happen. So by the time we get to the dog leg, I'm sure we'll have it all sorted out.
There you go, man. Well, hey, best of luck. Just want to say congrats on starting P2. We're waiting on Mustian to finish his 9 practice laps here, and we'll get racing. Good luck, bud.
All right, thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Donnie Lee there starting in P2. Let's put him back in his channel. Make sure I give him the right one here. You were in the T1 Heroes, right?
Yeah, I can take care of it.
Oh, thanks, bud. Donnie Lee was going to move himself. What a nice guy. Starting the second position here this evening. All right, so Mustian's on his final lap here, so we'll get ready to... Oh, matter of fact, he just finished. There you go. So, by default, John Mustian Jr. is a heat race winner. Congratulations to him. So now we'll get about a 1-minute warm-up and get the cars out there on track. And you know what? I have just decided to improvise really quickly, and I got about 30 seconds to do so. So let's see if I can pull this off. So what would be a lap around Phoenix? I'm not going to do it. I thought about doing it. You know what? I'm going to make a note of this for next week's race at Atlanta. We're going to have this little time period. If we have this many cars, maybe I'll go out there and just run a little show-me lap to show everybody how to get around the track. That'd be kind of cool thing to do. So cars are going around right now. They're actually going to find their pit stalls, I believe, is what they could do here. So that's why you're going to see a lot of cars come out on track and then maybe jump right back on pit road. Oh, one car spinning. You see Chad Coleman here. Daniel's going to practice getting on pit road. That's probably not going to do it. And Kevin D. Brown doing just as good. All right, so let's take a look now at the starting lineup here for round number 4 in Phoenix. The Indiana driver, Eric Arnold, he'll start on the pole, 27.46, great lap there. He'll start next to New York's Donnie Lee. Daniel Falkingham, E.J. O'Rourke, the 2 winners on the season, will take row number 2. Row 3, Tommy Ryan, Brian Macklin. Row 4, Chuck Sweeting, Doy Woods, the Georgia driver, starting 8th. 9th, Glenn Campbell and Bob Gillenwater. He'll start there in the 10th position. Kevin Brown and Jimmy Coleman, they'll take row number 6. Row 7, Ryan Howard, Mike Kelly in the 2 car. Row 8, Derek Runge and Josh Parker. Row number 9, Randy Yoakum, Chad Coleman. He'll start there in the 18th position, coming off a top 3 last week. Josh Adams, Tyler Dalton, they'll take row number 10. Row number 11, Scott Stenzel, Jeff Hollingsworth, I believe, making his season debut this week. Jeff Ryan, Anthony Calantoni, top 3 right now in points, having one of his better starts of the season. We'll see how he does tonight. 25th, Brandon Key alongside the 12 with Scott Simley there in row 13. Charles Woods and Gerald Livingston, row number 14. Row 15, Richard Beasley and J.C. Windsor. Row 16, Paul Crumrye, Bentley Glazer in the 32nd position. Ron Holyfield, Kevin England in row number 17. Row 18, Jay Randall Watkins and Mark Creighton. Row 19, Doug Sigmund, Pedro Mojica. We'll have to keep track of him tonight. Not the qualifying effort he wanted. As you see the pace car pull off, but they got to roll all the way down the back straightaway before they get the green. Last but certainly not least, John Mustian Jr. 130 laps. The halfway point tonight is lap 65. That'll be where the stage points are given away here at the Phoenix Raceway. The restart zone is right here in the middle, right there as a matter of fact. As we come off of turn 4, Phoenix Raceway almost wrecking, coming to the green flag. Here we go. And they're 4 wide down to turn 1. Donnie Leah said they'd sort it out. They about didn't. Everybody okay? And look at this. Daniel Falkingham straight up to the lead out of turn 1. And he'll lead the first lap from the 3rd position. Down the back straightaway here, where again used to be the front stretch, now been swapped around. You see now RVs there. You see the Kit Kat number 33, Ryan Howard. Awesome looking paint scheme, actually. I like that red. You know, one thing that Daniel Falkingham did mention is Phoenix can be notorious for a wreck fest. In iRacing, a lot of the NIS races and things like that really can happen to be that way. As you see Kevin D. Brown lose a position, Mike Kelly almost runs him over. We ride with Kevin down the back straightaway. Of course, our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams 4 Gourmet. You can check them out online at trackcams22.com, on the iRacing forums, and of course on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook tonight, streaming on the Sim 500 Facebook page again, once again this evening. Big shout out to the people from the Ford Entertainment Group, was checking out the stream last week and likely watch it again tonight. You watch Kevin D. Brown lose the position to Mike Kelly. That is the 13th position right there. So far, nobody's really been able to get away from each other. Very tight racing. Forward with Chuck Sweeting as he tries to get underneath Doy Wood's 4th position there in that 57 car. Appreciate the viewers who have joined us tonight here on the Captain Esports Network. If you're watching us tonight on Facebook or on the Twitch channel or even on the YouTube channel, appreciate you guys. Hit that subscribe button, please, or follow us. And you can be a part of the action each and every night we broadcast, a couple nights a week now. You see Jimmy Coleman in the 15th position right here, underneath the 21 of Derek Runge. I believe it's how it's pronounced, either Runge or Runge, I can't remember. I apologize, Derek. I will get it right, I promise. Chad Coleman there behind him in the 38 car. Oh, one car tagging the wall back there. Very easy to do as these tires start to get slick. Back here, Donnie Leah putting pressure on his 39. They had a really good start. Was able to jump to the front. You see Tommy Ryan up to the 3rd spot as Eric Arnold's falling to 4th. Oh, a little contact here. Donnie got in the back of Daniel. Drove it in there real deep for the lead. Look at the damage on the 39 from that contact. And now Tommy Ryan into their picture. Oh, door banging off too. Oh, inside. Macklin gets into Arnold. It's like the last lap of the race all of a sudden here. That's going to allow the 41 of O'Rourke to come into the picture now. Doy Woods joining in. All of a sudden up front, is there a rain cloud somewhere? Tommy Ryan going to move to the second position. Already 12 laps in. Daniel pulling away to about a half-second lead right now. Now, one thing I am going to keep an eye on, especially as we get longer into a run here, is shifting. Basically, as we get longer into the run, you're going to see some cars out here shifting through these corners. And that's just more to help the car rotate through the corner. Right now, I don't hear anybody high revving off the corner. So things have settled down for all of a half second right now in the lead. Here's your first battle. Doy Woods working underneath Eric Arnold. That damage to the front side after the contact with the 30. I'm sure he wasn't too thrilled about that move. Go up here, the 56, Josh Adams, the Best Buy car underneath Tyler Dalton. Going to bring Jeff Hollingsworth with him in the 97, so pass for position for both Adams and Hollingsworth, 18th and 19th respectively. Dalton back to the 20th position. Everybody's sort of minding their own business for the most part right now, just logging laps. We jump up here, Tommy Ryan under attack. Donnie Leah inside, takes the second position back. Let's go back to 11th, Ryan Howard at Kit Kat Bar. Dog Leg is open for business, of course. You can go down there and do whatever you need to do to make up positions. Doesn't give a terrible amount of an advantage, but it does help you at times when needed. You know, one thing you got to play into the situation here, the racing that you're seeing on track is, we talked about the Ford Entertainment Group and their wheel that they're going to be giving away for the person who completes the most laps out on track. When you think about it, in order to run the most laps, you got to run every lap. So you almost wonder if this prize has created, as we're 3 wide up here. Donnie Leah falling back, and Tommy Ryan in contact. Macklin into the wall. That'll bring the caution out. Brian Macklin. I looked up and I saw 3 wide down the back straightaway. know what has happened, but all of a sudden, look who the leader is. E.J. O'Rourke. Or is this more from just a caution happening here? Oh, O'Rourke's the leader now, so a lot of things happened that time. So we'll have to come back and take a look what brought the caution out. But first, we're going to see the leaders on pit road. 3 sets of tires in the pits for these guys tonight. I turn away and action happens. I'm sure we're going to see some damage getting fixed in some of these cars. Right side tires going on. Race off pit road going to be going to O'Rourke. So what in the world happened up front? It's like the cameras went away and they just started having a good old time up there. All right, we're going to go and watch. We're going to start from about right here. Oh, there we go. That answers our question. So going into the corner, Donnie was some contact between them two. Look at O'Rourke. 7-10 split, my friends. Thank you. Goes to the front. Tommy Ryan comes into the picture, and then Macklin comes in 3 wide. And there's the hook. Oh, argy-bargy here. Let's, I wonder if more happened here. On board with Donnie. Alrighty then. I'm just listening to audio there, and it's like, it looks like he gets into the back of the 39. We just went back green, by the way, O'Rourke leading. So it almost looks like the Leah got into the back of the 39 of Falkingham, and it got out of the gas to let him kind of catch himself, and it caused a little bit of backup, maybe. Just what it looks like there. But here's Donnie Leah inside the 81. For the 4th position, he'll take that away. Josh Parker sliding back a little bit here to 33, sliding in. We shake off the first caution. So we talked about the Ford Entertainment Group sponsoring the Sunday nights again this season. They specialize in sim racing and sim flight gaming machines with over 3,500 PCs built for sim racers and sim flight pilots. All FEG PCs come with front-to-back warranty on every part, as well as free labor. Everything is covered PC. So thanks to Ford Entertainment Group for, of course, covering this series. So the Daytona winner, E.J. O'Rourke, started 4th. He runs up here in the lead right now. Josh Adams back here with Josh Parker. 12th, 13th, 14th positions here. I should say the reason why you're seeing Parker fall back right now, looks like from my research here, Parker did no tires on that stop. having a 7-second stop, so I assume he filled up with fuel and saving that set of tires for later on in this race. Anthony Calantoni started back in 24th, taking his 16th position away right now as he slowly works his way up here through the field. 3 wide off 1, or off 4. I'm used to calling that turn 1. Oh, Jeff Ryan, look out. Thought he was going to slide right up there. There's Pedro Mojica right there behind them. He's up 19 positions to 19th from 38th. There's that shifting in action. It's a pretty good run on Jeff Ryan. To the inside he goes. Going to clear him, and look at the 18 car, Bentley Glazer, almost drove it into the back of the 3. Nice job by all of them to keep it separated. J. Randall Watkins unscheduled pit stop for the 27, unfortunately. That's the one thing you have with these fixed setup races, is these cars, obviously everybody's on equal footing, so you don't see them really get separated by too much. Makes it very tough to pass, and Phoenix is already tough enough. I say that, and Glazer's like, hey, watch this. Drives to the inside the 3 car. He'll take that position away. Oh, look at this gaggle of cars. And back here to 31. Oh, almost no contact. Tyler Dalton had to stay out of the back end of Eric Arnold, the pole sitter, who has fallen all the way back here to 25th now. Paul Crumrine there, the 15 car, following the 8 of Randy Oakham. Let's jump up front because the battle for the lead is starting to come back together, and the 2 magnets, we'll call them here. And there goes the 29 into the wall. Donnie Leah smacks it pretty hard. He crunched out that monster can a little bit. Let's see how bad he hurts it. He was getting right to the back bumper to the 39. Oh, Donnie is struggling off of turn 2. A lot of cars are. Like, I'm watching him right down the straightaway there. A lot of them almost pushing off turn 2. It's causing them to snap loose from turning the wheel too much. O'Rourke trying to hold these guys off. Turn 1 and 2, 9 degrees of banking. Of course, the sharper corner of the 2. They come up the back straightaway, which is now the front straightaway. Through the dog leg and down towards what is turn 1 and 2, which is more of an 11-degree sweeping corner. That leads to the back straightaway here where pit road is. We have 39 laps in the books here at the Phoenix Raceway. See all the cars spreading out. Number 4, Bob Gillenwater there trailing Mike Kelly in the 2 car. And you see Kevin D. Brown under attack from Kelly. As he tries to steal away the 7th position right now. And you see Macklin off the pace there, running the bottom side of the track. And he'll come to pit road, unscheduled pit stop there. You see Gillenwater take turn 3 and 4 kind of wide. Settled down just a little bit here as we have 42 laps complete, about 23 from the end of the stage where points will get handed out. Roy Woods back there in the 5th position, trying to hold off the Kit Kat mobile of Ryan Howard, who has had a great run so far in this race. The 99 there of Tommy Ryan trying to put the pressure on Donnie Leah, who's got some right side damage, you would think, from the wall. And you see the 99 getting underneath them as they come up on a lap car. And because of that, O'Rourke got trapped behind Sigmund, and now the battle for the lead as Falkingham takes it. E.J. O'Rourke got caught up behind the 04. And that allows Daniel to take advantage. Let's come back and take a look at this real quick. So right there, O'Rourke drives it deep. Now, unless something happened before that, I can't blame Sigmund for that. He's holding his lane up there. Just, unfortunately, EJ, it looked like just messed up and went high. And, no, I thought I saw issues for Paul Crumry, but I think it was just blinking out. Here, Ryan Howard continues his march up 7 spots, going for 5th, I should say. Dory Woods lets him go. So the Kit Kat Mustang is breaking off a piece right now in the field, and hopes to do the same for the top 5. Check out the other 3 big movers in the race. They're actually in the same group right here. Pedro Mojica, the 15th place car in the 58, started back in 38th. He's got the 84 of Anthony Calantoni and Brandon Key right there behind them. Both of them up 8 apiece. 15th, 16th, 17th positions for these three. All right, so we're 15 laps from the halfway point. And once again, once you get to halfway, there will be some bonus points given away. The top 10 in the field. John Mustin Jr., unfortunately, a long stay for him on pit road. Up here, Bob Gillenwater trying to get underneath Kevin D. Brown, the 4 car there inside. The Beast TV car. It's actually a really cool shot right there. Looking up the back straightaway there, you can kind of see the cars and how they're driving off turn 2. This track is such a great example when you're watching on TV of how a track looks different compared to cameras, when you look at cameras. Because we're so used to, of course, there being a camera over here where the old front straightaway is, and you'd see them looking across to the back stretch down that straightaway. But now with this being the front straightaway here, it's like you get a whole different vantage point and a different look at the Phoenix Raceway. Let's go back here. Brandon Key under attack. Bentley Glazer to the inside, that 18 car. Unscheduled stop for Eric Arnold. The pole sitter is in, and he has got a destroyed right front. Eric started on pole tonight and unfortunately didn't get to lead a lap. And has gone downhill for him. Let's see what happens on this pit stop at lap 55. Going to take right side tires. Wonder if he just had damage to fix from hitting the wall or something. Or possibly got a meatball. Left side tires, he pulls away. So 4 tire stop, 14.7. Now, you know what? Here's another thing. With him pitting at that moment in this race, he can actually go the distance on fuel from that point, I believe. So, kind of curious on this one. Now, obviously, he needs this race to stay green. Looking inside. It's so tight off that corner there. So hard for the inside car to get it full throttled off that corner. Oh, he tries almost a slider there. Leah lunges back out of the corner. As Kevin England comes off pit road. So 7 laps away from the halfway point. You can go about 85 or so laps. Oh, Tommy Ryan and Adani Leah, and they spin. Leah goes round, and there's the caution. Second caution. lap 58, Donnie Leah gets tangled with Tommy Ryan, and for the second time tonight, up front is where the calamity happens. And that brings the leaders right to pit road. You got guys taking tires again here, I think. So I saw the right front. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought I saw. 4 tires, fuel, race off pit road. We'll go to Falkingham, O'Rourke, Ryan, and Howard. Now the fuel save begins here because we're going to have 70 laps to go, but more importantly, when the green comes out, we are going to have less than 5 laps to the end of what will be the stage, we'll call it, quote unquote, but the bonus points being given away. Here's a replay of what happened. Well, once again, turn 3, very tight corner here. Tommy, oh, he clipped the apron. He got onto the apron there and it slid him up the track just a little bit, and there's the contact. Great job, everybody, to miss him. Donnie obviously not going to be happy about it. But let's show you one more time here, and you're going to see the apron is not your friend in turn 3 and 4. 1 and 2, why not? But right here, Tommy gets a real shallow angle into the corner here, trying to give Donnie a bunch. You know what? Never mind. He clipped the inside wall, too. That doesn't help. He got too shallow of an angle. Great job by Donnie to light him up and keep it out of the outside wall. Of course, now he's got to bring it and lock it down. All right, so there's the 31's going to take the wave around and get back on the lead lap here, I believe. Actually, I believe he's still a lap down. That is confirmed. He is actually still a lap down, the 31 is. So that caution really hurt Eric Arnold. All right, so we're going to have 4 laps to go before bonus points are given away to the top 10. So this is going to get very interesting now. And, of course, tonight it's been ruled that you got to use the restart zone. Because technically, in most leagues, you can leave right over there as the pace car pulls off. There's the restart zone right there. And Daniel's on it. O'Rourke drives it in there as Falkingham left it open a little bit with that diamond approach. Of course, everybody does got to be careful here because, yes, stage points are important, but you get more points at the end of the race than you do at the stage here. You got to kind of do this with almost like a grain of salt, for lack of a better way to put it. Be careful not to run the other car over in front of you. Be careful not to be ran over. Everybody with different braking points and so on and so forth. All right, final lap. Here we go. 3/10 of a second separating the top two. As the hot streak continues for Falkingham there, he's got 2 wins in a row, and now he's got another stage win. And he'll get the 10 bonus points tonight and a point for the playoffs. So now everybody can kind of take a breath and get themselves set up for 65 laps from now when the finish of this race happens. You watch Jimmy Coleman to 54. Notice he had some damage on the rear inside of the 58. Mojica, it's kind of stalled out here in 13th. Mojica doing a good job rolling that top side. Easy to do in turn 1 and 2, but not so easy to do right here in 3 and 4. He almost got to pinch the other car down. That's exactly what he did, and he makes the pass for position. And 10 battling for position here, along with the 15 and 38. Chad Coleman not having the best of runs tonight in that NOS Energy, number 38. See Donnie Leah back here to 23rd position, got his car repaired as much as possible. Now he's going to try to work his way up here through the field. Donnie making the pass on Crumry there all the way. He was almost down at Tucson making that pass. Here's Doy Woods, a 28 car, having a great run tonight. Battle with a couple Mustangs right there. Mike Kelly trying to take it away from him in that 2 car. Glenn Campbell back there in 9th. And Josh Adams, your top 10 right now. Anthony Calantoni having some blinking issues or something there. I saw him check up and get out of the way. Well, that's a tough break there for one of the biggest movers in this race. Had to get out of it and lost 5 spots. Didn't want to affect anyone's race blinking out. Very classy move on his part, though. Here's your top 3. Have not gotten away. Top 4 not gotten away. So next week we go to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, the old one, still on iRacing. I'll have that for you next Sunday night, 8:45 Eastern Time. And we got trouble on the track. Oh, wow, big wattage. Brandon Key, Sigmund, Jeff Ryan, Paul Crumry involved. Also the 42 is Stenzel. And third caution, lap number 73. Let's first off, let's see if we get the leaders to pit road here. If not, it looks like they're staying out right now. Well, let's go see what happens real quick. Tyler Dalton there in front of the 55 and the 15 here. Oh, this got hooked together. And it turns into a pileup. Gerald Livingston involved, Randy Yoakum. There's Jeff Ryan clobbering into 42. Livingston's car is toast. But I mentioned earlier how tough it is to get off turn 2 because that bottom car wants to slide up into the top car. Let's look one more time here. You're going to see the 55 just obviously trying to clear Paul, but it's going to slide up. They're going to make the slightest of almost netcode / contact. They were going to hit each other no matter what. Paul's going to get in the wall. Brandon's going to get loose. And from here, everybody just reacts and pile in. Let's add the trying to see what car that is that's going by there on the screen. It might be Mark Creighton in the 20 car as he collected the wall there. And that is a parking lot. All right, so leaders stay out this time around. We did have some cars on the lead lap come to pit road. Josh Parker being the first of them. Let's, I want to talk to EJ here for a second while we got him a quick second. EJ, you got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Hey, man. So you running second. You had the C's part for you there a little bit ago and held on to the lead. Looks like you had a little hiccup there trying to pass the lap cars. It seems like until that wreck there, everything was happening up front tonight. How's the racing there?
Yeah, I mean, this personal comfort number 41's been really fast. I just, you know, I was watching Doug right there trying to put a lap on him, and I just looked at Daniel at the same time, and I kind of just slipped up there. But it is what it is. I'm sitting right here, so it's slippy too.
So let's say the racing up front obviously has been very contesting with the damage on some of these cars. You think you got a chance here?
Absolutely. I feel like right now Daniel's best bullet. Try to beat him. Hopefully we can put this personal comfort Chevy Camaro in victory lane here at Phoenix.
There you go. You're in the comfort zone right now, P2, so go get it, bud.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. EJ O'Rourke running in the second position right now. We'll get him down to his channel right about now as they're about to come back to green. Tommy Ryan Howard having a great run there in the 4th position. Kevin D. Brown up to 5th now with Doy Woods, Mike Kelly, Bob Gillenwater, Glenn Campbell, and look at the 10th place car of Josh Adams in the 56. With 54 to go, we wrap up caution number 3. First restart on the older tires. Everybody looks like doing okay. I was worried about wheel spin a little bit there, gotta be honest with you. You see some of these cars looks like having to lock up the brakes almost to miss some of the cars in front. It's very easy to get into one of these bad boys when they're on the brakes here. Let's ride with Josh Adams. It's in there pretty good. Outside the 44 right now. A 1 mile track that drives like a short track. You got to do everything you can right now just to get whatever track position you can get. Back here, Josh Parker, the 81. You see Donnie Leah still trapped back here around the 17th position. He's been able to go nowhere. 3 wide off turn 2. This hardly ever works. Well, they did a good job making it work. They're still 3 wide. Richard Beasley able to slide in there to the 12th position. Oh, into the wall goes the 18 of Glazer. Need I say he glazed the wall? Oh, 21 drives it in there almost. How many times has Liam been hit tonight or hit somebody? It's a magnet. I feel bad for him. Chad Coleman, to 38, trying to creep his way into the top 10. That is right there probably one of the trickiest spots to be in on this track. When you look at this in maybe Auto Club Speedway, you actually saw it in the second race of the season as a 3 wide again. But that dog leg, unless you have a spotter, Tyler Dalton crunching the wall back there. If you have a live spotters, 21 slides it in there again, then you can tell somebody's below you with help from him going through the dog leg, like right there with Bentley Glazer. Otherwise, you're almost assuming that that guy's going to the apron. If he doesn't, caution's coming out, and it's going to be because you got turned. And it's not necessarily their fault. Beasley doing a great job marching his way up through the field in a tied, clean way. Yes, we haven't learned by now. I have bad jokes. Makes the pass for the 8th position. Meanwhile, Josh Parker, first car on fresh tires from that lap 74 pit stop, right there, taking the 5th position away. Went off strategy a little bit ago, saved a set of tires. He and Richard Beasley, as a matter of fact, both took 4 tires at that last stop. And here they are, 5th and 7th place respectively. If this race stays green, it could play right into their hands. Downshift to 3rd gear. Speeds that time by 28.96 for Falkingham, a 28.70 for Parker. So 0.2 of a second quicker is this 81, faster than the leader. Sticks are right down on that yellow line. That's the way to get around here. As a matter of fact, up on the screen here, we'll put the last lap times on the board, so you'll see how everybody runs as they cross the line here. Daniel in 05, a 10, a 28.94 for Parker. So still a 10th faster, even though he's passing a car. Parker up to second. Could this be the winning move right here? Be a story to talk about. Josh Parker. And looking for that 10th win of his Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series career. Did it come tonight here in the Valley of the Sun? Ryan Howard starting to put pressure back here on the 41 now for position. Check back here. 28 car Doy Woods been running top 5 most of the night here. He's fallen back. The 11th position he's going to lose. Derek, I believe it's Runge in the 21 now as I think it back to it. Pedro Mejica there trying to work his way finally into the top 10. It has taken him almost 100 laps from the 38th position to get to 11th. Talk about being hard to pass. Ryan Howard underneath O'Rourke. Ryan started back in the 13th position. Took a lot of spots at the beginning of the race and has kind of stalled out there at about 4th and 5th. But now maybe he's starting to put the throttle back down and trying to gain those spots. Back here, Chad Coleman. He's trying to slowly work his way up inside of the two of Kelly. And makes that pass. So everybody should be good to go on fuel to the finish. The question's going to be, will the tires make it to the finish? As for these leaders, you're looking at 40 laps right now on tires. You got to go almost 70 to 75 laps without destroying these right front tires. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Don Mustian out of the race early. Brian Ellis watching tonight also. 33's trying to work his way still around the 41. EJ's doing everything he can to hold off that 33. Tommy Ryan there behind him. Oh, you're talking to the king of the typos. You're all good. Just do what I do. I pick on myself when I make typos. On the air. Go watch the intro tonight. You'll hear it. You'll hear verbal typos. So Parker up in second right now. His times have stalled out a little bit as he is about 7/10 of a second back now from Falkingham. So Josh might have burnt the right side off a little bit there as Tommy, he's been entering that corner shallow a lot. So they go by the one car. Ron Holyfield, unfortunately, going a lap down, even though he had a really awesome paint scheme. That Castro paint, very nice. Very slick, should I say. Oh, easy. Now to go 3 wide. Is Richard Beasley going to take advantage? Oh, that's what I was just talking about. You don't know how that, unless you got a spotter, it's hard to tell if somebody's right there in the dog leg. So Beasley up to the 5th spot. So that's 2 cars that have now pitted at lap 74 at that caution that have worked their way to the top 10. Oh, with some contact here. Kelly and Derek Runge into 21. Three to go. As I mentioned tonight, and each and every Sunday night, this Xfinity Series presented by the Ford Entertainment Group. They specialize in sim racing and sim flight gaming machines with over 3,500 PCs built from sim racers and sim flight pilots. All FEG PCs come with a front-to-back warranty on every part as well as free labor. Everything is covered PC. Person that runs the most amount of laps this season will get themselves a awesome Fanatec CSL direct drive wheel. So of course, in order to do that, you want to lead the most laps and win the most races. That'll more than likely get you up there. And you look at Daniel Falkingham, he's 20 laps away from dropping a three-peat here early in the season and sweeping the whole West Coast Tour. As Howard still trying to get around O'Rourke. Credit them for keeping it clean. Check back here on 15th and 16th. This is where you'll see Donnie Leah, who was involved in a couple accidents early in this race, and he has not been able to get through the field like he wanted, and just took the 15th position away from Benton Glazer after starting outside the front row. Sort of getting separated out just a little bit here as we get closer and closer to the end of this race. I say that as Gillenwater under attack. Josh Adams for 12th. Roy Woods right there behind him. Yeah, Pedro Mujica right up there in front of them in the 11th position. Oh, here we go. Howard able to get to the quarter panel, but just not able to put the throttle down and make the pass on O'Rourke, who's making that car as wide as the state of Arizona. Oh, big wreck in the back. Kevin D. Brown, the 21, has gone around. Oh, this changes things. You too, bud. Fourth caution out, lap 1:15. And things be a-changing. We're likely going to see the leaders come to pit road here, so we're going to wait and show the replay after. Everybody should be 4 tires in fuel here. I wouldn't dare take 2 tires, you would think, at this moment in the race with that long of a run. But I've been wrong so many times. Everybody in their pit stalls. Look at that, Josh Parker. He went 2 tires. Chad Coleman 2 tires. Once again, I'm wrong, and I'm okay with it. And the 21 actually stayed out. Let's see what happens here. Kevin, oh no. Mike Kelly locks it down, makes a little contact with the 93. Oh, look out, Leah. So unfortunately, a situation where Kevin went to arc it in there, and Derek saw a hole and stuck it in there, but unfortunately, that hole shut really quick. And Kelly almost missed this wreck. He slides it in there. A little bit of contact, not terrible, I don't think. All right, so this is what it looks like now. We're going to get the green here with probably 11 laps to go. And I'm going to explain. I explained at first why I thought everybody would take 4 tires. I just thought that you ran too many laps there. You had almost a, 40-lap run there on those sets of tires. But when I think about it now, I'm not so opposed to this 2-tire idea either, because you're going to have 11 to go, and we all know what cautions do. So if this turns into a 11-lap wreck fest, then the track position is going to win you this race. Now, if you're Josh Parker, you're likely taking the outside lane here, which is exactly what he's going to do. This will pin Daniel behind Coleman, as Josh will have the restart here to himself. Now, here's another key here. If Parker can get a good enough restart to where Coleman goes and keeps O'Rourke behind him, you're looking at the top 2 able to hold on to first and second for this restart for at least turn 1 and 2. So let's see how this transpires. The top 2 tires apiece. O'Rourke, Fockingham, Howard, your top 5. Those guys, all 4 tires behind them. This ought to be good. Good start for Parker. Daniel jumps to the bottom. He's going to clear Coleman into turn 1. Coleman almost slides up into O'Rourke, who gets up the track. O'Rourke for third, gets loose underneath Coleman. And there they wreck. Beasley, Leah, Jimmy Coleman in the wall. And Glenn Campbell in the 18 car saying season's greetings to each other. As the young kids of today say, that escalated quickly. Let's see what happens. Let's go to Tommy Ryan. Great job of missing. Gonna see the 41 bottom of the screen is gonna get loose. Oh, Donnie Leah drives it in there, gets into the 10. Oh, and it was Tommy Ryan that got hit, not Jimmy Coleman. My apologies. And then the 18 and the 44. I don't know what that deal was about. Everybody checks up. Oh, the 18 hits the 10. Oh, and then drives down into the 44. Yeah, he ain't too happy about that. Well, Parker was able to hold on there for a quick second. Talk to him real quick here. Josh, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, man. Can you hold him off?
I don't. Without wrecking, I'm not sure.
Well, let's. Speaking of wrecking, do you need everybody behind you to keep wrecking?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not too sure. I think that one yellow right there is going to help the tires equalize a little bit. The left tires actually aren't that bad. The 96 on lefts, but I thought I would have had a little more grip firing off than I did. So now I'm a little nervous. But yeah, so I'm going to assume I'm going to need some wrecking or some jumbling up on the restart.
So the $1 million question, I think I know the answer already, and I'm going to ask you. Are you starting any insider?
Oh yeah, 10-4.
I knew the theory behind the outside lane. I'm like, he's got to be on the inside this time.
That was to help my buddy Chad out. So.
Well, I was thinking more it was to pin Daniel back.
Well, that too. It was a two birds, one stone type of deal. So now I got to put him on the top.
All right, bud. Good luck.
10-4.
What channel again? I can't remember. What channel again? One of them.
The one with Chad.
The one with Chad. That's right. Okay. I know that's that one. I'm trying to remember these names, so I'm still not 100% on them yet. All right, here we go. Gonna have the restart. 6 laps to go. The $1 million question, and always gets asked. They done wrecking? Been a fun race. Been exciting. Ryan Howard up to the 4th position there on the outside. There he goes. He's going to probably cut down here. Falkyham's already going to cut down. Is Coleman? He's there still. Daniel, good run off turn 2. Inside line being blocked. Nice move there by Parker. And here comes Howard clearing for 3rd. 5 laps to go and they hit each other. Fucking him into the wall. Josh and Ryan Howard to the lead. That escalated quickly. Oh, Daniel ain't going to be happy. Let's watch it again here. Josh was protecting the bottom. Into the corner. Daniel got a great run off turn 4. You know what I see there? I see Josh doing a late apex into the dog leg is what I see here. And Daniel cuts in early. I don't blame either of them for that. I mean, that's one of those tricky deals. Oh, the cameraman there got a good shot. Let's watch this again. This is always one of those, you see this a lot at like Michigan, where cars go into a corner, and because of the different entry points, can easily hit each other. Look at Parker stalling the wheel over there. He goes up here, he's pinching to 39. Nothing wrong with this. But the 39 is going to think he's turning in, and look, no, he didn't turn in yet. You know, Daniel's going to be frustrated with that, unfortunately. All right. So we're going to have a green-white checker here, it looks like. And this will be an unofficial, no, it will be an official green-white checker, number 1. Ryan Howard looking to break through to victory lane tonight. And race number 4 of the FEG Xfinity Series. Going to get another lap here under caution. And then get the green flag here. Unless E.J. O'Rourke goes to victory lane here from the 3rd position, we're looking at our 3rd winner of the season here, but anything can happen. As I check real quickly, 2 green-white checker attempts, so this will be number 1 of 2. Pace car hangs a left. Parker's going to get the restart here on the inside. As soon as he passes there, it says Geico there, the restart zone. There he is. He's on it. Green flag's back out. Howard does have 4 tires to use here. Parker protecting the bottom. Howard sends it in. Beer and Candy battling it out. Here comes O'Rourke. Back there, 3 wide. Josh Adams with contact back there. Everybody's okay. Oh, caution's out. Never mind. Not okay. Not sure where it's at. I see Kevin England, it looks like he's spun around. Hey, let's do it again. Oh, no. Contact with Beasley. He's trying to hold on. 4-wheel slide in it. Kevin England, unfortunately, will probably not be offering Richard Beasley buy one, get one wings on Thursdays. Caution out for the, 7th time now? You guys have enjoyed the broadcast tonight. If you have, hit that subscribe button. So we broadcast on the Captain Esports Network twice a week, at least announcing wise. That's Wednesday nights for the GLSR Truck Series, and then of course here for the FEG Xfinity Series. We used to do almost every night a week, but then some times have changed on my life where I now work at nights a lot. So Parker's been very defensive. Nothing wrong with the moves he's made. I mean, the only questionable move would, I guess, be the move he made with Fockingham there in the dog leg, but that's just two guys racing hard. Really cool part about this here, as we get ready to, should be getting the one to go this time by. Lights are off. So when this new Phoenix rebuild came out on iRacing, it became the first racetrack, to my knowledge, on iRacing where you can actually drive into the infield to victory lane. Most tracks, like the short tracks, is where you can mostly do this at, are right on the straightaway or whatever anyways. Here, you actually go into the infield and drive right up into victory lane, which is really cool. So we'll see if their winner does that tonight. All right, so this is the final restart. Caution comes out. It's over. Into the restart zone is Parker. Here he goes. Remember last time, Howard sent it into turn one. Not as good of a restart, though. O'Rourke with a good restart. Oh, up into the wall goes the 4-car. He holds on to it. Oh, another car. Dalton into the wall. A lot of cars wrecking almost. Howard is there. Final lap, they cross the line. Howard is there. Howard, or Parker sends it in contact. Mike Kelly sideways now. Howard to the apron's going to lose the momentum here. Parker's going to get loose into the corner, so does Howard. The Beer Man going to victory lane as Parker gets his 10th career win. Two Tires wins this race. That was wild. So Parker becomes the third different winner on the season. And there goes the wall. And there goes that wall. What a wild one that was. As Parker wins it. And let's take a look at the finishing results from tonight's Ford Entertainment Group Xfinity Series race here from Phoenix. Eric Arnold, the winner, or Eric Arnold's a pole sitter. He wasn't the winner. Sorry, Eric. Let's put the actual, there we go. Parker wins this race over Ryan Howard, who holds off E.J. Rourke for second. Chad Coleman comes back for fourth. Josh Adams fifth. Doy Woods, Pedro Mojica from 38th to 7th. That's pretty impressive. Scott Simley, great race for him. 18th or 26th to 8th for him. Anthony Calantoni, another top 10 for him. Mike Kelly, Bob Gillenwater, 10th and 11th. Kevin Brown, 12th. Derek Runyon finishes 13th. Chuck Sweeting, Eric Arnold comes back to a 15th place finish. He was 2 laps down early in this race. Jimmy Coleman, 16th. Jeff Hollingsworth, 17th. Glenn Campbell, Bentley Glazer, 18th and 19th. Tyler Dalton finishes 20th. Mark Creighton is going to finish 21st. Let's cooperate here. Thank you. 22nd, Richard Beasley. Unfortunate finish for him. Charles Woods, 23rd. Randy Oakham, 24th. And Scott Stenzel, 25th. 26th, Ron Holyfield. 27th, Kevin England. 28th goes to Doug Sigmund. 29th to Tommy Ryan. 30th to Daniel Falkingham. 31st will go to Donnie Leah. 32nd to Paul Crumry. 33rd, Jeff Ryan. 34th to J.C. Windsor. 35th, Jared Livingston. Brandon Key, 36th. John Mustian Jr., 37th. 38th to Brian Macklin. 39th, J. Randall Watkins. And that completes your finishing order. One thing that comes to my mind as I'm going through the order is the laps, basically. Remember, the most laps you run, the more laps you run, the chance to win that wheel from the FEG boys, that Fanatec wheel. And you got some guys I can say that were up there in the laps that did not finish every lap tonight. So that's going to make things very interessante, as I like to say. All right, let's talk to our top 3 finishers here this evening. We'll start with the guy that finishes in the 3rd position, Mr. E.J. O'Rourke, keeping the consistency going from his Daytona win. A fantastic race for you tonight, as you just kept it right up there in the top 10 and kept it fairly clean in that car, and another great run for you.
Yeah, this personal comfort Chevy Camaro was fast. I just sucks. I feel like this was a missed opportunity right there at the end. I just couldn't, just didn't get the right line right there.
Yeah, obviously you made the effort there. You were able to cross up Howard to get to the inside there. It just seemed like the longer and the older the tires, the harder it was to make that pass.
Yeah, I mean, after Josh and Daniel got together, Josh's car was a little hurt, but Josh is one of the best at this stuff, and he knew how to put that car, and even though it's damaged, in the right spot. So congrats to him and Ryan Howard. It was fun racing them up front and Daniel all day.
And obviously a great points night for you. That's got to be something excited about. And also the laps. That's one thing I've been pointing out in the broadcast here is obviously I know there's still 20 races to go, but got to be able to complete all the laps to get a chance at that wheel.
Yeah, absolutely. We after last week falling out of the server or not being able to connect to the server because of a graphic problem sucked. But we only lost 5 laps, so I guess I made up 7 on the green white checkered if you want to look at it that way.
Well, the problem is there you had down to 27 other cars also make up those 7 laps. So, but still a great effort tonight.
True.
Shout out to whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, I just want to thank Scott Stencil, Personal Comfort, on this whole team. I appreciate Scott sponsoring the season to make this 41 Camaro look good. Trey for painting the school paint scheme, and Daniel and I were fast all race, and just I'm happy with third, but I really want 2 more spots.
Nothing wrong with that. So great job tonight, finishing third.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Chris.
You too, bud. EJ O'Rourke finishing in the 3rd position this evening, and let's talk to our 2nd place finisher tonight. That's Ryan Howard, Sim 500's version of the Candyman, looking to win tonight. Unfortunately, fall a little bit short, Ryan, but it wasn't without a lack of effort.
No, we gave it a shot. I'm not going to wreck for the win. That's never been my style, but we got a lot better restart on that first green white checkered. Second one wasn't great, but we got a good run off of 2, down into 3, and had a shot. I actually thought I was going to spin him in the dog leg when we hit bumpers, but he stayed straight, and then I had another shot at him in 1 and 2, and he drifted up a lot more than I thought he was going to, and I stabbed the brake to try to square him up to give him a nice route up to the top of the track to see if I could move him out of the way for the win. I didn't want to wreck him for the win, but when I hit the brakes and kind of went to go or give him a tap, it really cut down on the inside, and then I was on the apron. So we tried. It was a hell of a race. Good job by Josh.
And not to say I won't call it a quiet effort from you, but you just kind of hung out there top 10 all night after starting in the 13th position. And you were up in the top 10 really quickly, and you were just slowly picking people off, and then you got up to about 6th or 7th, kind of stalled out, and then the tire strategy kind of came in, and you just worked your way back up.
Yeah, this is my home track. I love this track, so it was fun to race. This is my first time racing on the reconfig, and just didn't get a lot of qualifying practice tonight, but the track still races a little bit looser actually than what it has been in the past, just a little bit more on top of the track. So that always suits my style a little bit more when it's a little bit looser than tighter. So yeah, we qualified in the back and slowly picked them off, got up there, and then just never really I felt like we were going to be good on a super long run, but it kind of split up into stages there. And once what happened, Daniel and Josh got into it or whatever, but Daniel was definitely the class of the field. Looked like he was able to hold off Josh on new tires, or newer tires anyways. So we were just kind of settled in with that battle with EJ, which was another fun point of the race, just real hard to pass.
Well, great job tonight, Ryan. Congratulations on that, and chance to give shouts whoever you like to.
Yeah, just got to thank my teammates. Being part-time this year, I won't be around a lot, but like I said, got to race this track. It's my hometown track, and love racing at Phoenix and some of the shorter tracks. So we'll be back here and there, and thanks. It was a pretty good race all around. Just gotta thank Sim 500 as always. It's always a fun place to race. A couple, 2-3 times a week. So thanks for the broadcast.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate your time and good job.
Thanks.
You too. Ryan Howard finishing in a 2nd position tonight. And behind Josh Parker, who goes to victory lane tonight. From what I read in the numbers, his 10th career win in the series. And, Josh, I can't seem to think of a time where I've ever seen a Busch-sponsored car in victory lane at Phoenix. I just can't remember any time. But I guess tonight's that night.
Yeah, it feels like they should probably re-sponsor this track to Busch. It's been a while since we've seen it happen, but
right?
it was definitely had a hard fall. I mean, it sucks to get into it with Dan, though. I kind of assumed that if I didn't cut the dog leg, he was assuming I was going to cut the dog leg. So that's always a scary moment because people are just assuming that we're always going to run down there. But that killed my car with engine damage. So I basically just had to block to save my life.
Yeah, I was going to ask, it looked like on the replay, you see a lot of this at, like, Michigan. That one track that comes to my mind, it happens a lot at, especially, like, turn 3 there. Maybe Texas or something like that, where you go into a corner, and if you're on the outside, it's very tricky because you used the word assume, that's a good word to use, that the car is going to go into the corner, but not necessarily, and you got to be careful of that, and this just happened to be one of those cases.
Yeah, I mean, it's because
I mean, I guess it's one of those situations where if you haven't been around for a while, you're kind of it's one of those situations where that has to happen for you to learn,
Mhm.
and it's just you need to know that the car that's leading the race late in the race is going to do whatever he can to run a defensive line to make sure that you can't get the best run around me. So it's just like I said, one of those situations that Dan will learn from his mistakes. I mean, I've done that plenty of times, but it's not his fault too. I mean, half my fault, but it's just what this track's given. And like I said, I had to run the defensive line to keep him higher in the dog leg, and he just assumed I was going to cut it. And yeah, it's like I said, it sucks that happened.
Yeah, it's just hard racing the way I look at it, but especially at that moment in the race. And one thing I pointed out when the wreck happened is unless you have a live spotter in your car, we don't have the technology on iRacing that tells us, hey, this car is here on the track next to you. You almost have to go off the sound, unless you got trips too. I guess you can kind of look over there, but unless you're, way down on the apron, you almost can't assume that you're way down there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Especially without triples, I don't run triples. I don't know if Dan runs triples. So if for those guys who don't run triples, at this exact situation, like you just said, this is we're at downfall if we don't have a live spotter. So like I said, it is what it is. Like you said, it's hard racing. It sucks for Dan and yeah. Other than that, man, that was I had to use tire strategy, get to the lead and get the win, but it worked.
Yeah, how big was that strategy? Because you were free falling pretty quickly there after the lap 53 caution, I think it was, and then 79 be able to put those fresh shoes on to come to the front.
Yeah, so it was a late decision on the first yellow for me to tell Beasley and Chad to not take tires, and I was just thinking in my head quickly that like 110 laps is a really long time at a place like Phoenix for it to go with only 2 sets. So, we got lucky it played out that way, but that in my mind it was the right strategy the whole way, but it didn't look like it the start.
Mm-hmm. Well, it worked out for you, man. Congratulations on that. As let's see, I'm looking at the numbers here real quickly. Obviously you're looks like one start behind if I'm seeing it.
No,
yeah,
I'm far down there. Yeah.
Well, you know what though, you're already up to 21st in points here after that win. So as I'm looking at the updated point standings here, so congratulations on that, and obviously a big jump for you though.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to run Sundays full time, so I'm just using this to get better from Monday because I'm absolutely horrible at Phoenix. So I was basically just running to get laps, and then so happened to accidentally win the race.
Yeah, well, accidents happen sometimes, as they say. Great job, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, thank you guys doing the broadcast. Everyone at Sim 500, and everyone at Team Name, Dan especially. It sucks we got into it with Chad, Pedro, Beasley, and yeah, everyone I can't think of.
Do I need to come down there and separate you two?
No, okay.
Great job tonight, man.
I appreciate it.
You too. That is Josh Parker, the winner tonight in Phoenix, as he gets his 10th career victory, first on the season. And unfortunately, as he said, not going to run all the races this season, but does move up to 21st in points for all that matters there. So congratulations to him on the win. What a fun race that was. I mean, for a little bit, obviously, we had some green flag runs, and we had some cautions. And, of course, as predicted, the end of the race, it turned into a festival, we'll call it. But definitely a great race when it's over with. It is Parker going to victory lane over Ryan Howard and E.J. O'Rourke. Next week, we go to Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll be here virtually for you at 8:45 Eastern Time from the 1.54-mile old version. So we get the old track. I know the new track was ran today in NASCAR, and yeah, that was interesting to call it at least. But we'll go to the old track coming up next Sunday night. So looking forward to seeing you guys here on the Captain Esports Network. Tell your friends about it. Tell 2 friends and tell 2 friends, as I like to say. There you go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!